Hey, what's up, you guys? I haven't made a video in about a week now, so I kind of just want to, you know, go over 5 specific things to plan in the year 2019 because, I've taken off about 3 months from YouTube and really just trying to figure out my life and the kind of the direction that I want to go and where I kind of see my life and started just bringing about that more into my awareness so that I know how to plan for it. And I've always planned, I've always done things, but I've just decided to switch it up. Decided things weren't going the direct way that I wanted it to. So I've just been thinking a lot about how I want to go. Um, I recently got laid off of my job, so everything kind of scheduling everything, plans, everything kind of went sideways. So I had to kind of take a step back and look at my life and see how I could actually plan out my life so that it works out correctly for me. So what I'm gonna do right now is just tell you guys like how to plan, what to plan, and why to plan. Maybe not in that exact order. So if you're interested in this, go ahead, keep watching the video. Click the subscribe button, like the video, leave a comment if you have any examples of your schedule planning and tips that you do that you want to help me out with, or if you have any questions, you can do that as well. I've recently let somebody look over my plans, and they had some suggestions on how to flip it or whatever. But I like the way I kind of plan mine out. Everything's going to be specific to each person, so you kind of have to take your own advice, but then kind of get bits and pieces from other people's advice too. So it's the the idea of sharing ideas with everybody and getting some ideas from other people, but still turning it into your own method that works specifically best for you because everybody's different. So number one, I'm going to start off with what to plan. So basically, I've been doing plans and goal setting and scheduling for probably the last 5 years. So I always tweak it. I always come back to it. I always look at it, see what's working, see what's not working. And it's a long process, so you don't always get on the first try. But one of the things when I look back at my journals because I journal every day to kind of plan and make sure my goals are still the same and I'm still on the right track. And one of the things I've noticed is no matter how my life changes, there's these 5 specific things that I always want to plan to improve in my life, which is one, financial, two, career, and those are closely matched, but there is some differences, so they're not always the same. Three is learning. You always want to improve your skills and your knowledge. Four is social life, meaning time you get to spend with your family, friends, just having a social life to where you don't feel like you're doing all of this alone and you have people around you that support you. And five is health and fitness. So that order right there isn't exactly in direct order of importance. I usually put health and fitness first, but secondly, I'm gonna put why to plan. So financial, it's very hard to live happy if your financial situation is not organized. Now, a lot of people think like financial, like I got to be rich, I got to be a millionaire. You can live in a studio apartment as a roommate with somebody, and if that covers your bills and you get to go to the gym and you get to paint or write books or do whatever you want, as long as you get to live your life and you're financially able to do that, that's the important part of finances, is just understanding your spending, your income, your outcome, and basically making it to where it works out for you the best way, to where you can still live your life. You don't have to stress about money. You may not necessarily own a home that's 4 bedrooms and 2 stories with a big pool, or you might own that, and that might be within your budget, and that might be something you can sustain without being stressed out in life, and still having time to spend with friends and family and enjoy hobbies and other things like that without killing yourself through a high amount of stress. 2 is career. I'll give some examples of what I'm going through in my life too. So for my career, I'm currently in a pre-apprenticeship program to get into the union as either an electrician or a carpenter. And basically why I wanted to do this is because, I wanted to get the right experience and go into a journeyman level to where I can learn how to fix houses. And I know enough about electrical and woodwork, carpentry, so that once I have enough money saved within the 5 years it takes to become a journeyman, I'll be able to look at houses and go, okay, this is a little bit cheaper because there's no electrical. And I can go into that house, and because I know how to do that, I can make the money on that and create more profit for myself. Or if it's, something wrong with the house, I can go in, buy a house that needs to be fixed up, that's being sold for really cheap, and be able to buy that and make a profit off of it. And eventually, hopefully work 6 months out of the year buying houses and selling them, and hopefully within the next 5 to 10 years building enough capital to be able to buy these houses and do these things. So number 3 is learning. Right now I'm reading a book called Evolve Your Brain, and it's all about the brain. I'm not finished with it yet. I'm also reading it's a book called The Daily Stoic, and it's just little inserts every day of the Stoic philosophy, and I've been getting really into that, and minimalism and just being true to yourself and getting into that. So I've been working on that. Social life. A lot of the times we start working and we start learning new things, and we get so caught up in ourselves that we don't allow ourselves to spend time with the people that love us, with the people that we love, and we end up dedicating our whole life to work. And it's good to work, but it's good to have that balance to where you still have a social life. You still you can have a little bit of fun, even if it's like one day out of the week you go have lunch with a friend, or you take your significant other to the movies, or you guys just have a day where you binge watch Netflix, just to be able to have a little fun. You can even take a class together and make it more productive, but you don't want to just exclude yourself from having a social life and being around people. And number 5 is health and fitness, and this one is one that I think a lot about. I'm always improving my diet. I'm always improving my workouts. I'm always thinking of a way where I can, work smarter and not harder, and still be able to accomplish my goals, my weight goals and everything. So these are 5 areas. It's just financial, career, learning, social life, health, and fitness. And these are the 5 areas I think most people should want to be, well planned out for, especially not just for 2019, but for every year. And this breaks down into what you do on a day-to-day basis. What I like to do is, for each category, think of the things that I want to do on a day-to-day basis that's going to lead me to become more in that direction as the end of the year comes about. So financial, it's tracking your spending and say, okay, my spending is this much for the month. Let me lower this by $100 or $200. Whether it's putting away money for investments, whether it's saving for a cushion. And I'll get into that in another video. And then career, me taking the pre-apprenticeship program to get into an apprenticeship. It's just steps like that, classes you may have to take, something you might have to get certified in order to get a raise in your job, talking to your bosses, seeing what you can improve on. As far as learning should be fun. So whatever you decide to do, it should be something geared towards you. If you want to learn how to play the piano, right now I'm learning how to speak Spanish, so that's what I'm doing. And then also, just paying attention to, health and fitness. I learn a lot about that, and just a lot of other things. Learning is always good. Social life, I'm trying to spend more time with my fiance. Just watching TV, cooking meals together, meal prepping together, to help both of to help each other in fitness. So health and fitness, just one of my plans for right now is to eat more vegetables on a day-to-day basis. A lot of us forget to eat more vegetables, and then when we start working a lot, we forget to drink water a lot. So eating more vegetables, drinking a lot of water, those are two things that I'm focused on, and doing more cardio. I've noticed I've got the size, and now I just want to get leaned out. So focus more on cardio and different kind of workouts that will gear more towards leaning down. So I'll talk about more of that in all of my videos. So just go ahead and click subscribe on the channel. Like, any comments you have, just let me know. I'll make sure to answer them. And thank you guys for watching. Like I said, if you have any questions, leave it in the comments. Subscribe to the channel. And if you liked what I was talking about today, you'll get more of it in the future. Have a good day.